Hey, it's CVV, Chris Van Vliet, and you have to check out the fastest rising podcast in all of professional wrestling. I'm talking about the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. If you're looking for pay-per-view predictions, if you're looking for pay-per-view reviews, if you're looking for interviews, check out the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast.
Crash and Burn!
Welcome back to the fastest wrestling podcast in professional wrestling history, the Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast, where tonight we'll be talking about WWE WrestleMania 20, which took place at MSG Madison Square Garden in New York City. Attendance was 20,000 people, and the tagline was "Where it all begins again." Tonight is the last episode of Throwback pay-per-views before the Rumble predictions, before we get into the current pay-per-view predictions and review grind. Man, we haven't done those in a while. All right. So let's bring in these three people here. First up, it's my favorite person to annoy, Josh.
Very lovely introduction. Apparently that's gonna happen now. Just kidding. For those of you that don't know, it's a side thing that we have in the home chat.
It's all jokes, everybody.
Yeah, it's all jokes, guys. What's up, everyone? It is I, your favorite assassin, the hate savior of professional wrestling, and the prince of pro wrestling. Sorry, Cody Rhodes, I'm the prince of pro wrestling. I mean, you're second-handed, but okay, I see. But yeah, we're doing WrestleMania 20.
Oh, well, okay.
We're doing WrestleMania 20, a blast from the past. We headed into our time machine to 2004, and yeah, let's get this started.
Oh, well, I'm going to give him a proper introduction now. He is representing Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast and the Moshcast, Josh. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
But he's still my favorite person to annoy. Anyways, next up is Lucas.
Yes, 2004. I know I was born April 2nd, so I'm thinking around that time I was neither baby or sperm or some shit. But yes, I watched this pay-per-view a lot, actually, and looking back at some matches I remember a bunch of matches, like half the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is great. I also want to give a quick shout-out and give quick credit to Antwan right now. So, show him some love right now. He's going through a lot right now with everything, with our loved one passing away and everything. So, I want you all to send the prayers and everything. So, hopefully, Jeff will make him stronger, and hopefully he'll be
Shout out to Antwan, by the way, man.
Yeah, hopefully he comes
Shout
back
out to
stronger.
Antwan.
Yeah, so you won't be seeing our favorite person who likes to joke around with us about the beds for a while.
Yeah, he likes to
on here and on the Moshcast. He'll be off both shows for a while.
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
Get this team back stronger than ever.
Yeah, that's what we hope for. We pray for Antwan right now in this time. So show some love to Antwan right now. Show some prayers. Show some strong messages and all that.
Antwan, I know all of us love to joke around with each other, especially with you, but let's all put this aside and just make sure he comes back stronger.
Yes.
All right. Last but not least, he is wearing the Undertaker T-shirt, Wyatt. And yes, thank you, Taker, for 30 years.
Yeah, Undertaker actually wrestled that night, but we're gonna get to that. Yeah, what's up, G's? We are here reviewing WrestleMania 20, a damn good ass WrestleMania, a WrestleMania that probably be better than probably a WrestleMania that you could say is one of the greatest. Definitely a WrestleMania that's better than a WrestleMania from one of today's era's WrestleManias. This WrestleMania was a damn good one. And as of Jason reviews the matches, sit back and relax and see our opinions and get to see our opinions on our thoughts on the show. But you can watch this pay-per-view only on the WWE Network, which you can pay $9.99 a month and start your free 30-day trial.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's talk wrestling from 2004.
Yeah.
The good old days, full capacity crowds, travel every week to different places, instead of being stuck in Florida with a virtual crowd.
Yeah. Those days were when wrestling was fun.
Yeah.
Now we have 30-minute matches with no storyline. Bullshit.
And a virtual crowd and a crowd that has to wear a mask and stay 6 feet apart.
A crowd that exists.
I mean, it's for your personal safety, but hey. Let's get to the card, shall we?
I don't care if I say this, fuck COVID-19.
Yeah. I have to agree.
All I say is shit is real. This COVID shit is real. So
Real?
mask up and all that shit.
Yes. Wear your mask.
I'm short on you, bro.
So, Jason, what was the first match on the show?
John Cena defeated The Big Show in a singles match for the U.S. title. I almost said Universal. Am I having a stroke?
Probably.
Okay, why? You go first then.
Wait, me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that was an amazing way to start the show. John Cena was the doctor of thugonomics back in time. John
My
Cena
favorite
was
gimmick.
that was a well-deserved win by John Cena. John Cena and Big Show are two wrestlers who inspired me to love professional wrestling today. John Cena and Big Show are actually close friends in real life, and John Cena is actually one of the reasons why Big Show actually went to the gym and actually lost a lot of weight, because Big Show, his weight where he is today, he can't live this way anymore. He had to lose weight because Big Show wants to live longer than Andre did, because Big Show's trying to work on taking care of himself and all. And honestly, Big Show is great for who he is today, and so is Cena. But the match was actually pretty good. I think the way they ended it, Cena had a tricky way to end it, as John Cena tried to use the chain to like hit Big Show with it, but he threw the chain on the ground and the referee got distracted with it, and Cena had one of his rings and punched Big Show in the face. John Cena had all the potential to get him up and lift the 500-pounder and give him an AA to the ground, and it was a well-deserved win for Cena. Not gonna lie. I think that was an awesome way to start the show. John Cena cut it his Doctor of Thugonomics promo, as he should. Actually, a pretty good match. Not gonna lie.
Triple H is taking over.
Triple H in the main event. We'll talk.
I would
Listen, Hunter. We're talking about you later. You were in the main event that night. Okay, just relax. Okay, Hunter, you were in the main event.
Josh Dinker, you take over now.
Alright. So this match was really good. It was, like Wyatt said, it was when John Cena was the doctor of thugonomics, which was one of the greatest gimmicks in wrestling, in my opinion, to be exact. Yeah, as Wyatt said, Big Show had to get surgery so he could live longer, and stuff like that, and he had to lose a lot of weight. I felt like this was in the right direction for Cena's career, because Cena was kind of still a newbie lately, and he was still gaining a lot of popularity at that time, because he debuted in 2002, and this was in 2004, so Cena was gaining a lot of popularity at that time, and he was like the face of the company. So yeah, I thought this match was really great. It was a great way to kick off the show. John Cena picked up the win, and yeah, I really like this version of John Cena when he was like the doctor of thugonomics.
Oh, you do?
So, yeah, it was a good match.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
yes, Johnny.
I want you to go now.
All right, I'm gonna say this. I love the Doctor Thugonomics. This is better than the little PG Cena that we get every single night, and people booing them out of the building. But really honestly, the boo began when WrestleMania 22 with Triple H and everything. But we're not gonna get into that right now. But this was a good match. You got John Cena with the Big Show, then twice for an AA. John Cena hit the chain on the Big Show, and Big Show was really dominant around that time. And his song actually was really good. It was like, well, where's the Big Show? And everything like that.
Well, it's the Big Show.
Yeah, I think the old one's better. So if you think the new one's better, try to come at me. I dare you. I'll bash the skull.
Agreed. This was a good way to kick off the show. Good storytelling here, and this was a good way to get the crowd pumped up for the rest of the show. Okay. Next up, Booker T and RVD defeated the Dudley Boys and Mark Jindrak and La Resistance.
Yeah.
La Resistance.
Rene Dupree.
Hey, all right. Well,
Oh, is that the guy that did like the little?
this
foot
was the
thing?
fatal four-way match for this World Tag Team title. Some of these guys I've never even heard of,
Yeah.
so it's hard to say the names. Okay.
That's okay.
Wyatt, you can start off then, since you know these people.
Yeah, and their name. Yeah, yes, you do. You have Garrison Cade and Mark Jindrak, a new rookie tag team that just came to Raw. You have La Resistance, who is Rene Dupree and Rob Conway, Booker T and RVD, and one of the legendary tag teams, the Dudley Boys. The match was very solid. Booker T and RVD actually had their own theme song when they were actually a tag team. I thought the match was just solid. You actually had 2 fatal 4-way tag team matches that night, but RVD is my guy. He knows how to do flips and kicks the right way. RVD is the man. Booker T is the man, and I wish WWE could bring Booker T back in the ring one last time. I think that would be pretty damn sick. And Dudley Boys will forever be legends. Just a very solid match, and I'm cool with Booker T and RVD actually retaining on this one because my guy is always Rob Van Dam.
All right.
I want to say one to get high, but it's one of a kind. I was going to say one to get high. I mean, it does sound like it once you hear the song. It sounds like one to get high.
Yeah.
And RVD gets high all the time, so.
Damn right.
Yeah. Danker.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of
Rob Van Dam, definitely one of the greatest wrestlers in the Extreme Land. Mr. Monday Night. Rob Van Dam's always somebody in the ring that you have to watch. He's one of the greatest. You had guys in there like Garrison Cade, who is better known as Lance Cade. Rest in peace to him. Mark Jindrak, another name that you really don't hear much anymore currently. But yeah, and La Resistance, Rene Dupree and Rob Conway. These were 2 guys that were great back in the day, and I wish they stayed a little bit longer with WWE. But you know, WWE has that thing where they release people or people decide to leave, so that's fine. They move on to bigger and better things. But yeah, Booker T, as Wyatt said, I like to see him one last run in WWE. And yeah, this match was great. Great tag team match. And RVD.
It's too good for you.
Yes. And listen to all you assholes on the internet. All these people that don't know how the old era was or thinking, oh, this and this. Listen, the real Mr. Monday Night is Rob Van Dam, not Seth Rollins.
They're right indeed.
Just remember that.
Yes.
Just remember that.
Go ahead, Lucas.
I'm going to say that Seth Rollins is not on the level. Well, let me get that out of the way. Second off, I love Booker T. I liked him ever since he came to WWE. When he tapped the Rock in 2001, I believe. And ever since then, he has some fighting moments and everything with the lightsaber and Goldust and everything. And we had actually a decent match, actually. Rob Van Dam, one of the greatest Extreme wrestlers of all time. You had the Dudleys, I think the GOAT of Extreme, in my opinion. Because they legit put somebody through a flaming tail in ECW, so that explains it. That explains it. But yeah, the match was just decent. That's all I really gotta say, to be honest.
Yeah.
Where's Jason going?
Yeah. So I don't have much to say about this match, but instead it was solid. But anyways, Christian defeated Chris Jericho, currently known as the Demogorgon Le Champion, in a singles match.
Oh, I got something to say about this.
Oh,
Go ahead then.
God.
All right, so if you saw this match, this is a good match.
Oh, hell yeah.
But the ending, though, was questionable. As always, the ending was very questionable. Your Trish Stratus coming out. It's time to back through. But you kissed Christian in front of Chris Jericho. Just what goes through your mind back in the day? Like, that's questionable because you would have gone to Jericho. It wouldn't have been much better. But Christian, no? Christian? Really?
Yeah.
It was stupid.
Christian's awesome. Give him credit.
Yeah, Christian's just underrated, superstars of all time. You got to get him
Damn right.
That's right.
For this man. Chris Jericho's one of the greatest of all time. The 9-time Intercontinental Champion. AEW Champion, World Champion, United States Championship. You name it. You can name it all. But Christian deserves more recognition. And Christian back in the day was awesome. His theme song was better.
God, yeah.
His theme song was way better. Two of his fans up back in the day were better than his current one. And that was the best version of Christian back in the day.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. All right. My co-founder of the Crash Emergency Podcast and fellow Moshcast host, Josh Tanker, you go next.
All right. I have to agree with most of y'all. This was a great match as well. The ending could have been better. But yeah, Trish Stratus came out at the end, and I mean, how can you not love Trish Stratus though? She's one of the greatest women wrestlers of all time. This match was good. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna keep it short and simple. The ending could have been better. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, my fellow co-founder, my fellow host, Wyatt, you go next.
Honestly, that was actually a damn good storyline, not gonna lie. Yeah, Christian and Jericho, two wrestlers that I loved both growing up. Christian, I praise that man with every bone in my body. And yeah, definitely a love angle, like with Jericho. Jericho had strong feelings for Trish Stratus at the time, and Christian talks about, oh, Jericho, you're my best friend. You're my best friend. What are you doing this to me for? And then that got to them two in a feud, and then Stratus got in the middle of it. Like, having these love triangles and angles and shit, like, that was having the storytelling and psychology of this. WWE actually needs to bring this stuff back, because that actually helps bring up a Raw rating, because that makes fans' interest, like, oh my god, what's going to happen next week or what?
OMG.
That will it'll make everyone look forward to it. And whenever they have those love angles and stuff, I like the fact that there's always a twist at the end of the storyline. Like, at the end of the storyline, like this. Trish Stratus screwed Jericho over because Trish Stratus looked damn hot. Trish Stratus looked really hot that night, not gonna lie. So Trish Stratus walks into the ring. Jericho and Christian are just beating the shit out of each other. So what happens is Christian attacks Trish Stratus, and Trish Stratus bends down by the corner, hits her elbow. Jericho doesn't think it's him. Christian does a roll up. 1, 2, 3. Christian wins. And even though it's an accident, Stratus turns on Jericho and then finally makes out with Christian. And I thought that was a really good twist. I mean, people like I actually saw this coming. The way I looked at that storyline, I kind of saw this coming. But I honestly thought I thought the storyline was actually pretty good. Not gonna lie. You had great people in there. But Christian getting his ass in the Hall of Fame. Jericho's damn good for who he is today. Not gonna lie, I would pick WWE Chris Jericho over AEW Chris Jericho. I would pick Break the Walls Down over Judas. Don't attack me, it's just my opinion.
I completely respect your opinion.
I'm just more excited for Jericho and WWE.
Yeah, so as you guys said, this match had a good storyline and build up leading up to this match at Mania. So with that, it was actually a good match. Anyways, next up, Evolution is a mystery. Defeated The Rock and Sock Connection, Mick Foley and The Rock in a handicap match.
Oh, I forgot about that match.
Ooh.
Well, it was Batista, Randy Orton, and Ric Flair that competed that night. Anyways, co-founder, go first.
All right. This Evolution, you love them and you hate them. They're one of the greatest factions WWE has ever been in. Like, no, they're one of the greatest factions WWE has ever made. We have Randy Orton, Batista, Ric Flair, and Triple H. Well, Triple H got kicked out of Evolution at that time and went on his own.
Triple H never got kicked out of Evolution. Randy Orton was the first person that got kicked out of that group.
That was Randy Orton that got kicked out first.
21. Randy Orton was the first person that got kicked out.
Anyways, thank you for correcting me. I was wrong. My bad. Don't. I must have been on. I must have had a stroke there. I must have had a stroke or something. Just kidding. Yeah. Anyhow, you had The Rock and Sock Connection, Mick Foley and The Rock. Yeah, you had 3 legends in that match. Well, actually 4. You had
5 legends.
5.
4
5
legends and 1 legend killer.
Right.
Yes.
All I'm gonna say, this match was a banger. It was really good. Evolution killed it.
It was too good for you.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. Anyways, you go on mute while Wyatt goes next.
I'm going to tell you this. Since I'm Randy Orton's biggest fan here, fucking loved it. I'm going to tell you that. Evolution, that match, The Rock and Mick Foley having their segment, I'm going to tell you, Evolution kicked Mick Foley's ass in that match. And that was Mick Foley's first match in 4 years. Because Mick Foley retired in 2000. That was Mick Foley's first match in 4 years, and Mick Foley did look like he still got it. And The Rock as his partner, I thought that was great. The Rock was still entertaining for who he was. And Evolution, I knew Randy Orton and Batista were stepping up to their game a lot. They were stepping up to their game, and thankfully Ric Flair was there, and I liked how The Rock and Ric Flair were doing this the entire time. But I thought Evolution making that win, I honestly, I knew people were kind of expecting The Rock and Sock Connection to win, but Evolution winning was a pretty good unexpected win. But you did have 4 legends and 1 legend killer, so I believe that makes it fair. But pretty good. I'm actually glad that Evolution won that match. Evolution's my favorite stable of all time. But why not be mad about it? Why feel happy about it?
All right.
I'm an Evolution fan.
I have to agree. This match was a pretty good match, another banger match of the show, and so far this show is going very well.
But I'm gonna tell you, Randy Orton versus Mick Foley was one of the best rivalries in that area.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I've watched like shit tons of clips of it. It's damn good.
Yeah. All right, Lucas.
I'm gonna say this: like this match is really good. Rock and Sock Connection came back. Rock and ran kind of a rivalry in 1999 with that I Quit match. I believe a ladder match as well, an empty arena match. The I Quit match, thank God, he suffered concussion or some shit like that, or some brain damage. I don't remember what it was. But holy shit, Rock is here back in the day. But Rock came back in 2004, and he still got it. Homie still got it. Mick Foley still got it, and everything like that. But you're going as Evolution here, who was on a rise right now in 2004. Yeah, Randy Orton, who's being, about to be the wedge here in 2005. Yeah, Batista, who's going to be the rise a year later, and becoming fan favorite and the Beast. You have Ric Flair is already a legend, with another faction that a lot of people forgot about, the 4 Horsemen. He was part of that faction.
Yes.
One of the greatest of all time.
I did watch the documentary of Evolution. I actually figured why they actually made the stable, because Ric Flair and Triple H were on the road together. I'm just gonna make this quick as I can. I'm trying to get this done, Barrier. But the reason why they formed that stable was Ric Flair had a lot of depression and anxiety. Ric Flair had a lot of issues going on, and Triple H was traveling around the world with him and to keep Flair company, because Ric Flair was not himself at all. Like, Ric Flair would always feel so weird and such. And Triple H is like, what do I do to make you feel better? I don't know what to do for you. Like, how about this? Maybe we can try to form a stable ourselves because I've done a lot for you to help you out. And Rick is like, I guess maybe that'll work. And Triple H is like, I think I'm a big, and I believe Flair and Triple H are like, man, we are a big fan of these two rising rookies, Randy Orton and Batista. These two are going to be future world champions one day, which they were. So what they did was they got them both added to the stable, and they approached Arn Anderson backstage, and Triple H is like, what do we need in a stable? Like, I think this is going to be pretty dominant stable for Monday Night Raw. Like, what do we do? It's like an evolution. And Arn Anderson is like, how about just call it evolution? And it worked. So we had to make it. They had to make it something like after the Four Horsemen because that made Ric Flair rise to the game at the time. But thankfully, Evolution is going to be one of the greatest staples of the 21st century, and there you have Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Match is really good though. Like I'll give it that. Like match is really
Yeah.
good. You have the Rock, everything. You know, he was a legend around that time, and he still is the legend to say. Like him and like 2002, 2001, 2000. Like in those time of 1998 when he turned heel with Vince. That's when the Rock became what he is today. And you know, good on the mic. He's a god at the mic, to be honest. And yeah, like you have some legends and future legends, and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next match. Tori Wilson and Sable defeated Miss Jackie and Stacy Keibler. And this is a pretty interesting stipulation. Playboy evening gown match.
Ooh.
Hell yeah,
that
let's
was
go. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Wyatt. It seems like you have a lot to say here.
That was definitely not a piss break. I'm gonna tell you that. That was the best 2 minutes of the entire show. The way they played that match out, why can't we have this today? Like, knowing how sensitive and butthurt fans act on Twitter, they're doing it because it's what they get paid for. They actually enjoy it. They don't act upset about, well, why do we have to do this? No, they do this because this is what they get paid for. That's what makes fans all excited and such. You did have Sable and cut a promo and say, me and Tori feel very uncomfortable with these dresses on, so that's why we're gonna dress in our Playboy outfits and such. And then that made all four of them stripping their undies and shit. And I'm like, why can't we ever have this in wrestling today? Like, I don't know what's so bad about it. Like, this is what the women wrestlers get paid for to do. At least this was a match to get fans excited. At least,
yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, like, Tori Wilson, she's a Hall of Famer. She's great. One of my favorite women wrestlers. Stacy Keibler's in there, and she made out with Randy Orton one night until Randy RKO'd her. But you did have Miss Jackie. I forgot who that was. And you have Sable there, who's the wife of my boy Brock Lesnar. But like this, like honestly, all I'm gonna say is I think that was definitely the best 2 minutes that night.
Okay.
Didn't matter how long it was just the best 2 minutes to experience.
Yeah, this was not pretty boring.
At least it's something to look forward to. It's definitely how you get a rating up.
Exactly.
Yeah, this can be something to help.
Take a look at Edge and Lita having that live sex celebration. That was the highest rating Monday Night Raw they had in years.
And look at the ratings now.
The ratings suck ass. They look 6,000 viewers. The ratings are in ones. How about this? Let's get the ratings in zeros.
Anyways,
how about you go, young buck?
Alright. All I'm gonna say this match, when you said Playboy evening gown match, all I'm gonna say this match was hot shit.
Damn right.
Yeah, because you watch lesbian porn.
Oh, wait.
You know,
We're going there tonight, aren't we?
Hold on. There was actually a women's tag team actually called the Lesbians. But There was also
Yes.
segment.
That's Josh Sims 4.
No. Hey.
3-minute warning
That-
came
that's
out.
not
and
true.
attacked them.
Chill.
Shit.
Chill out.
Yes.
Oh
If he was-
god.
if-
Oh god.
If it was a girl,
I'm
he
having
would
some sort of stroke.
Just
Very
go,
good.
Josh. Come on.
Okay, that is not true. That is so unprofessional, so foul-mouthed. I can't believe this. All I'm gonna say, as Wyatt said, they got paid to do this. They got paid to do it. And like, and now parents, if you see this on TV, don't complain. They get paid the right money to do this. So don't complain that they look like that they're going to do something weird or they're going to a fucking photo shoot and they're dressed in hot bikinis. They're doing this for money. They want money to get paid to feed their kids or do whatever with it.
Okay, just look at it this way. If you get to see Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke perform this way, how up is the Raw rating gonna go?
It's gonna go hella up, and I'm gonna bust a nut.
Damn right.
Don't bust a
At
nut.
least there'll be something to look forward to every week.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes, Lucas.
I'm gonna say this: if Josh was a girl, he'll always be a lesbian. Obviously, let me get that out of the way.
Fuck you, man.
You know it's
What is
true.
this?
You know it's true.
What
Hey,
is
man.
this?
The same point.
It's Crash and Burn.
I know it is.
I know that.
It's Crash and Burn Hub. That's what we turn to. Crash and Burn Hub.
Yeah,
Oh,
stop making this
God.
porno.
The Crash and Burn Hub. This okay.
That's why you think that's why Vince McMahon's a genius for having this on TV.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love
And you wish you were
Vince.
there, Josh.
I love Vince.
I'm gonna say that
I'm
was
done
hot AF.
defending him. I'm not gonna lie.
It was hot AF, but I try not to, jerk off aggressively. I try not to, even though it's hard to. And yeah, that's all I gotta say.
You left at the same pose as Josh here.
And the same thing as Josh. Hey man,
Did
hey,
Lucas
how
even
you all
go
been
yet?
saying? Hey man, it's hard to come out like that sometimes. You just sometimes gotta bust it sometimes, you know.
I think I'm having some sort of stroke. Because I think someone
Sure,
already.
Josh.
I think someone cloned themselves in some sort of oven or something.
Sure, Josh.
Chavo Guerrero defeated Akio, Billy Kidman, Funaki, Jamie Noble, Nunzio, Rey Mysterio, Shannon Moore, Tajiri, and Ultimo Dragon in a Cruiserweight Open for the Cruiserweight title. Okay, go ahead, Josh.
Alright, as I recover from my, I don't know what I'm going to fucking say.
It's too good for
It was a
you.
great match. Yes, you had a lot of you had a legend in there like Ultimo Drago. If you don't know who Drago is, you must be living under a rock. If you don't know who Ultimo Drago is, Google him. You might find some interesting information if you were living under a rock, like SpongeBob SquarePants. Anyways,
You mean Patrick
this was
Star?
Yes, Patrick.
Come on,
My
man.
bad. I'm on some sort of fucking influence. I don't know.
How do you
But,
not know
Guys,
SpongeBob?
drugs.
How do you not know who lives where on SpongeBob? Like, look at this. Lucas is married to Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
No.
All guys say go.
Anyways, this match was great. Chavo Guerrero was on
It's
top
too
of the
good
game.
for you.
Yes,
Yes.
it was good.
It was good.
Think up, as Christian Miracle will say, think optimistically.
Yes.
Shout out to Christian Miracle.
Yeah. Think
No longer Josh.
optimistically. Alright.
Okay.
It was good.
Pick somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Wyatt.
Yeah, good to go. Yeah, you had a lot of good cruiserweight. Yeah, that was the best. All I'm gonna say is it's the best cruiserweight division that ever existed. Like Shannon Moore is actually a really close friend to Matt and Jeff Hardy. If anyone didn't know, Ultimo Dragons performed some damn good matches in Japan and WCW, and I believe he did wrestle in ECW a little bit. Nunzio was a legend on ECW. Akio is now known as Jimmy Wang Yang. You have Tajiri with the Green Mist God. Buzzsaw, Tajiri. Definitely. That's where Asuka's Green Mist came from. Yeah, Tajiri did have some good matches in ECW and on the Ruthless Aggression era. You had Chavo Guerrero, the nephew of the late Eddie Guerrero, who's the current champion. You did have who else was in that? Funaki, who's actually in the Japanese commentary team in WWE. You had Jamie Noble, former J&J security member. You had Billy Kidman. Billy Kidman was a pretty decent cruiserweight, former WCW star. You did have who else? I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Wait, Mysterio?
Yes, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Thank you very much, Rey Mysterio. The guy who actually got robbed that night. Rey Mysterio is a freaking god. Freaking love Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is I'm gonna tell you, Rey Mysterio is the best. I'm gonna tell you, Rey Mysterio got robbed that night, especially since he did a high flying move onto jumping off the ropes onto Chavo's dad that night. So I guess you could say that
Chavo
was
classic.
What. Yeah, Rey Mysterio cosplayed as Flash that night as well. But yeah, definitely was hoping Rey Mysterio would have won, but Chavo was gonna take the retain. But gotta love my boy Rey Mysterio. That's all I'm gonna say. I praise that man till the day I die.
Yes,
Of course.
100%.
All right, go ahead,
love
Lucas.
him so much. No homo.
All right, so what I'm going to say, Chavo is one of those underrated talents of all time, in my opinion. Rey Mysterio is one of the greatest of all time, greatest mask of all time. I'm going to say one of the greatest mask people of all time. I'm going to say it right.
Yeah, right.
Because nobody can live up to Rey Mysterio. Nobody. WCW, he did his thing. ECW, he did his thing. WWE, he been doing his thing for about 19 years now.
Yeah.
He been doing his fucking thing now. Like, he still fucking got it. Even though he can't do all those high flying moves he used to do, he still got it. Like,
yeah.
The thing back then was awesome. Like, WrestleMania 20, he cosplayed as Flash. WrestleMania 21, he had that really good match with Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 22, he won the World Championship. 25, he beat JBL in less than
9 seconds.
Yes. And it goes on and on. But you got to get credit when it's due for Chavo. Chavo's definitely, because he's a Guerrero. What does a Guerrero do? They lie, they cheat,
and steal.
Yeah.
That's what he did in that match. Mysterio would have won the match if it wasn't for lie, cheat, and stealing. What the Guerreros do every single night, basically. You know, Eddie Guerrero was a little chair trick. You know, Chavo's just doing his own thing and everything like that. Actually, after that match, Chavo and Ray had a rivalry in 2006 or 2005. It was a good rivalry. Like, I would enjoy that rivalry. So, yeah. Mysterio's my favorite of all time. He will be my favorite of all time. I don't care what he thinks. He's my top one of all time.
Yeah. There was the one thing I did want to include. When I met Rey Mysterio Survivor Series weekend, I think that was probably one of my top meet and greet I've ever did, because Rey Mysterio has actually made such an impact to my childhood. And I might have talked about this before, but I did tell Ray how much he's made an impact, and I want to thank him for making my childhood memories. And he's like, "Well, I'm very grateful I got to be part of your childhood. And yes, thank you very much, Wyatt. It was such an honor." I remember him just saying that.
Yeah. Yes. I don't have much to say about this match.
And you see his son Dominic wrestling now, so that's cool.
Yeah. So this was a solid match. Rey Mysterio killed it here.
He didn't even win.
Anyways, we've seen this match so many times. I think this was the only good match between these two. Goldberg defeated Brock Lesnar.
Yes. This is the only
yeah.
good match.
Yes.
This was a singles match with Stone Cold as the guest referee.
What? You had him as the ref. What?
Josh, you go first. What?
Yeah, like you said before,
What?
this is, I think, the only decent match. Okay, Stone Cold.
What?
Anyways, Goldberg versus Lesnar. We had these in the past. Well, this was the only decent match.
What?
I'm not mad, I'm laughing.
I
think it's hilarious.
I fucking hate y'all.
He's like, God damn it, I can't finish this shit. But anyways, Goldberg versus Lesnar. We got these in the past. This was the only decent match out of the ones we had. Yeah, this was the only decent match between these two that was actually good. Unlike the ones we had in 2017 at WrestleMania Survivor Series. Still it was a great match. This one was better than the ones we had in the current generation.
No, I disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, this one from this pay-per-view, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What? Okay, Wyatt, you go next.
Yeah.
What?
I honestly, I'm gonna tell you, every match Goldberg and Lesnar had. I love Goldberg. I love Brock Lesnar. Two monsters going. It's like two bulls fighting in a pen. But definitely they had a good storyline. Like Goldberg entered his number 30 in a Royal Rumble that year, and Brock Lesnar robbed him over because Goldberg was on fire in that match until Lesnar interfered. And then finally, a month later, when Lesnar had that match with Eddie Guerrero, Goldberg hit a spear on him and then made Eddie win. That is true, proves that Payback's a bitch. But then Stone Cold ended up becoming the referee, and then that led to WrestleMania. They finally got the match that everyone wanted to see. They gave the fans what they wanted. But if you didn't know, Goldberg actually won in like one jackhammer.
I'm surprised they used
stared
multiple.
at each other the entire time, and I'm like the meme, like the guy poking the thing with the stick, like, come on, do something. Like it felt like they were talking to each other a lot during the fight, like, come on, do something. But yeah, that's all Goldberg. And yeah, Goldberg wrestles 2 matches per year, but if he wrestles longer than that, they got to pay him more. And this is going to be in the next few years. But I've said this on plenty of episodes, but Goldberg won, and I'm cool with it. And Austin didn't give a shit, so he started a month after the match. And that's all, folks.
Oh God! You did that. What's the name that did that? What's his name?
Porky Pig. Porky Pig.
There you go, folks.
Yeah, like I said, this was the only good match between Goldberg and Lesnar. It was better than the current matches that they had before.
Yeah.
Anyways, Lucas.
I'm about to say, don't forget me. I'm about to say. But anyways, yeah, this is the only decent match they had. If I were to rank these matches, WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania 33, Survivor Series. That's obvious.
Yeah.
So, Goldberg was he's a little bit in his prime at that time. Goldberg was in his prime in WCW when he went undefeated, even though he got fucking tased by Kevin Nash.
They were in their prime at
because Scott Hall electrocuted him.
Yeah, that was Scott Hall.
Yeah.
Oh, this is when they were the Wolfpack, right? Oh God, man, their face on slaps. Oh God, yes.
Go sing
But
back.
don't paint back on the wolf. I'm gonna get copyrighted. I'm gonna do this shit. But
Yeah.
one thing I gotta say is it was a decent match. You have Brock Lesnar used, and this Brock Lesnar throughout 2004. This is the best Brock Lesnar.
That
Don't
man
go
was
at me for
an
that.
animal.
He was a beast back then. What he did is that going.
Look what he did to the Brian Kendrick. That man was
Yeah.
an animal. Look what he did to The Rock at SummerSlam 2002. Rock
Right.
was
Yeah.
one of the best SummerSlam victories of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're all ready here? Are you done, Lucas?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, Rikishi and Scotty 2 Holly defeated the APA
Scotty
and the
to
world's...
Holly, Scotty to Hottie.
Am I having a stroke? Okay.
You probably are.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Okay,
you keep
Scotty 2 Hottie.
if you keep repeatedly saying that, you probably do.
Okay. And the world's greatest tag team. And this was a fatal 4-way match for the tag team titles. Alright, go ahead, Danker.
All right. So
It's too good for
this
me.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, this match was great. You had Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hottie, Too Cool, the APA, and you had the Basham Brothers, and you had the world's greatest tag team in Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, who were at, I think later on, Kurt Angle's like little bodyguards, so they were better known as Team Angle. Great match. I was watching this and I was like, damn, this is a great tag team match, great fatal 4-way. I like the back and forth reputation and the charisma with Too Cool. And you gotta love Rikishi. You gotta love his charisma and his performance. So it was a great match either way around.
Yep, it would be a
Yeah.
stink face.
Okay, Lucas.
I actually really like Rikishi back in the day, to be honest. Once we actually introduced Rikishi, I mean, it's like, I did it for The Rock. But, then Sky Gianni came along, and then he had some other people in there that I just forgot now. But, yeah, APA as well. APA is actually really good, actually. But this match actually not too bad. It's not a match that I would look back on, but it's not bad. It's actually not bad at all.
Yeah. This match was solid. It wasn't that bad. Mr. Wyatt.
Yes. Yes, this was a super solid match. You did have Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hottie, Danny and Doug Basham, Sean Benjamin and Charlie Haas is the world's greatest tag team, and you of course had JBL and Ron Simmons, who were the APA. Definitely, I actually thought the world's greatest tag team was actually going to win that match. As I'm a big Shelton Benjamin fan here, so I kind of wanted it. But I'm a big fan. I like all 4 tag teams. So, and it was a good retain for Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hottie. But, yeah. But when do you think we would have when would it be like if the Crash and Burn crew had a card game with the APA?
Oh,
That'd be fun.
That's gonna go to shit.
that'll be cool.
I mean, the only card game I'm good at is blackjack. So,
What would it be like if the Crash and Burn crew played poker with the APA?
That'd be awesome.
Only thing I say, I'm gonna lose a bunch of money. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna lose a bunch of money.
We'll be having our cigars and play cards and win.
Hell yeah!
Have a cigar.
It's a cigar.
All right, so are we ready to go to the next match?
No.
Hell yes! Go for it.
Victoria defeated Molly Holly in a hair versus title match for the women's title. Lucas can go first on this.
I'm gonna say this: Victoria is the most underrated women's competitor of all time.
Yes.
She needs more recognition on her name. Her theme song thought she was really good. The best ones, all things she said in the River Special era. Don't mess this up there too, but I like all things she says better. I think she had the song right at that time. I'm not sure, but yeah, this match just wasn't bad. You got Molly Holly that just went, I think, ball that night, so I had to do it. It was like ball, and everything like that. So yeah, it's not my type of match and everything, but all these matches aren't half bad. I'll give it that. It's not half bad. If I get a rusty ring, it'll be by default.
All right. Wyatt.
Okay, so that's why Molly Holly's hair shorts now.
Yep.
So yeah, Victoria underrated. All I'm gonna say is she won and she cut her hair until Kurt Angle's music hit. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Okay,
Yes.
Wyatt. Yeah. Solid match. Not too special to me here. Anyways, Mr. It's Too Good for Me, Josh Danker, you go. I mean, the assassin Josh Danker, you go.
It was okay. I wasn't really a big fan of this match, like watching it. The thing is, you have a hair versus hair match. I mean, hair versus title match. It would be better if it was hair versus hair, and the winner is the champion, and the winner the winner gets the title, the loser gets their head shaved off. I feel like that's how it should have been booked, but
it could have been better.
But overall, it could have been, like you said, it could have been better.
Yeah. Anyways, Eddie Guerrero defeated Kurt Angle.
Ooh, that's
for the
something to say.
WWE Championship. All right, go ahead, Lucas.
What
Wyatt's
a
back.
match! What a match, yo! This match was good. Like Kurt Angle and Guerrero, they could put on a good match any time of the week. Hell, it could be a bad Monday. They could put on a good match. And this is their best match.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god, it was so good. You got Eddie Guerrero that untied his shoe, and Kurt got the ankle lock and everything. Eddie Guerrero selling it, and you got Eddie Guerrero coming out with the boot, and the sock came out. Well, the sock was in, but I can't say that. But so he rolled him out, but he won. So that's a perfect ending for Eddie Guerrero right there. Like that's his Eddie Guerrero style right there. And if you know Eddie well, he lied, cheating, and steals. So yeah, and yet Kurt Angle though was just in his prime at that time. Well, in his prime was in TNA when he won all the championships and everything. When we think about Eddie Guerrero, man, I miss him, man. Imagine the matches you have right now. I'm gonna think about HBK, Andrade. Let's see what else. He could have. Well, oh god, there's some of them I can think of in my head. I can't think of the name. Dolph, not Dolph. Fuck, I forgot. Fuck. Hey, Finn Balor can be a good one too, but I'll get more in that. I'll move on.
All right, Wyatt.
Yeah, definitely a damn fight was damn good. Definitely a match not a 30-minute match with no storyline like you see on NXT and AEW and shit. This was a real last 5-star match. It had a storyline. The build wasn't long, but it was still a good match. Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero are two of the most inspirational wrestlers of all time. Kurt Angle was a wrestling machine. Eddie Guerrero can lie, cheat, and steal. Eddie Guerrero, what did he do to retain the title? Lie, cheat, and steal. What did he do? When Kurt Angle put him in that ankle lock, one of Eddie's shoes came untied, and the shoe came off, and Eddie aimed for that pin, and then Eddie was able to retain the title, and then months later he dropped it to JBL. But definitely, Eddie. I'm gonna tell you, I really miss Eddie because Eddie's been a guy I've looked up to till the day I die. Eddie will always be a guy I'm gonna look up to till the day I die. Definitely a dream match I want to see, but we'll never see it. Is Eddie Guerrero versus AJ Styles? Like that would be a damn good match.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking that too.
And another match, definitely, I would love to see is, I would like to see Roman Reigns versus Eddie Guerrero would be a good match. Matt Riddle versus Eddie Guerrero wouldn't be too bad. Bring The Fiend versus Eddie Guerrero. and any other good matches against Eddie Guerrero. But, I mean, there's so many wrestlers today that could have had some pretty good matches against Eddie Guerrero. Like, McIntyre versus Eddie would actually not be too bad. I think they would kill it. And Daniel Bryan versus Eddie Guerrero would be a really good main event match. They would kill the show if that match happened.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that it, Wyatt?
Eddie Guerrero versus
Oh.
Otis.
What?
How would it be like if it was Eddie Guerrero versus Otis?
I thought you said my name for a second. I'm about to say what? Oh, Eddie Guerrero will kick his ass. He wants that Eddie Guerrero kick his ass.
But definitely check out that match on the WWE Network if you can, people that are watching.
Check it out. It swabs like a bitch.
All right. Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, yes. Match of the night for me. Two legends. Two of the greatest in the sport. This was a great match. They both killed it in that ring. Yeah, Eddie Guerrero, may he rest in peace. One of the greatest performers to ever lace up a pair of boots. Kurt Angle, another one of the greatest to lace up a pair of boots. But yeah, I wish Eddie was still around to this day and still competed in matches till his retirement. But yeah, this match was great. It was match of the night for me. And Eddie Guerrero, rest in peace. Your career lives on forever.
Yeah, match of the night for me too. This was a great match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, these two killed it. Rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero. Truly missed.
Mm-hmm.
Now this match is actually one of my favorite matches of the night, which is next. The Undertaker came back with Paul Bearer defeating Kane.
Oh, yes.
Undertaker.
Oh my God. This was a shocking return. Like, I mean, it's always good to see the dead, man. You cannot deny that.
Yeah.
Like,
I just want to get
this time they were in their prime, so these two had a decent match. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Like, The Undertaker had a great entrance, especially with the Druids.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It always sends chills down your spine.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my take. Lucas.
Okay, I want to get this out of the way. This is a little hot take. Undertaker gained a great Ryleigh, but they never put on an actual good match. They put on decent matches, not gonna lie, but they never put on a good classic match like Kurt Angle and Guerrero did. Like, if you really think about it, rivalries can be good, but some of the matches cannot live up to the hype. That's a prime example of it.
Mm-hmm.
But the entrance was good between both people. Kane is one of my favorites. Just 3 was his prime year, in my opinion. But you got Kane unmasked and everything, choke slam people who stages, tombstone people on stages, electrocuting balls. You got someone on fire, Jada on fire, everything like that. Then Taker came back, not the American Badass, not the Big Evil, but the Dead Man, the OG. So,
yep.
With the Druids of Paul Bear, though, that got me chills. Like,
that was awesome.
That got me chilled. The Paul Bear with, yeah, like that just chilled me. Like, the match was not bad. I'll give it that. But it's a match that's the return was great, not elevated, but the match itself is not a good production of it. I'll probably say that.
All right, is that it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh.
It was a good match. You have the fire versus the lightning. You have the dark versus the. Well, you have two dark. It's dark versus dark, but it's fire versus lightning, if you want to put it that way. Kane and the Undertaker, two of the greatest of all time. Like Lucas said, you have the Dead Man character, and you said, I agree with you, Lucas. That entrance with the Druids was awesome. But yeah, it was a great match. It was a great way to get the crowd hyped up for something to enjoy. And it's a great way to get the crowd hyped up for two of the greatest that have ever stepped foot in the ring. And these two killed it. I have to say it was a fire match. It was a banger.
Yeah, go ahead, Wyatt.
Yeah, I've actually watched this match like 4 or 5 times, so I wasn't gonna watch it again because I have it on my Undertaker's streak DVD. But I didn't know this till now. Undertaker was rumored to be coming back. Like Undertaker was made a return. So what happened? Basically, Eric Bischoff wanted the Jonathan Coachman backstage to find the Undertaker because a bunch of weird noises were around Madison Square Garden. And then once the coach was passing by, there was weird noises going on in a room, and it ended up Mean Gene, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Mae Young, and the Fabulous Moolah having sex in the boiler room.
Oh no, hell no.
Oh hell no.
And so basically, I don't know why, but and then so there you go. You had Undertaker, of course, doing that goddamn amazing entrance as he always should, and feeding his brother Kane. I don't think it's his real brother, but I could say that again. But definitely Undertaker and Kane, two people that made an impact growing up. Undertaker, thank you for the 30 years, and hopefully Kane can come back for Kane can get back in the ring soon, and maybe we'll get to see him on TV. Give him one last match, and that way Kane can continue his job at Knox County Mayor. And yeah, definitely a match that Undertaker and Kane had at WrestleMania 20. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Anyways, last match.
Undertaker hit that tombstone.
This is your main event of the evening. Crash and burn. This is your main event of the evening. Featuring Chris Benoit, RIP by the way.
What?
And he defeated Triple H and Shawn Michaels by submission. It was a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah. Oh, this is kind of going to be hard because I mean, Chris Benoit, I know a lot of people don't say who Chris Benoit is. I'm going to say something to you right now, and it's actually something very true. You know the whole situation. I won't say what happened with Chris Benoit. It's nothing to be discussed on this podcast. It's very personal, and it's very it's kind of like a disturbing subject. But you can't disrespect Chris. You can like Chris Benoit the wrestler, not Chris Benoit the person. I say this to everyone. You just because he so-called did something, I'm not gonna say it like I go into full detail. But you can't just eliminate him from history. You can still talk about him from his career, but in his personal life, you keep that away from the wrestling life. That's all I'm going to say.
You know,
but
they
overall,
took Jimmy Snuka out of the Hall of Fame because of the same thing Chris Benoit did.
Yeah. And, you could say whatever. You could take him out of the Hall of Fame. You can say, oh, we're eliminating him from the network. You could do whatever. But you gotta respect Chris Benoit as a performer in the ring. He was one of the best wrestlers out there. He's missed by many fans. I don't know about other people. Other people have mixed opinions, but you gotta respect both you gotta respect Chris Benoit the wrestler. That's all I'm saying. You may have other feelings about Chris Benoit the person, but that's all I'm really gonna go for because overall you had 3 legends: Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Chris Benoit. These 3 killed it. It was a great match, and yeah, Chris Benoit was on top of his game, and he was the man. So was a great match.
Yeah. Lucas.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
say
wanted to
this.
go last. I wanted
This
to go
is my hot
last.
take again. I'm gonna go for it. Chris Benoit is one of the best technical wrestlers out there. He's the best technical wrestler, one of the best technical wrestlers of all time. Imagine what you saw Chris Benoit versus Daniel Bryan, or Chris Benoit versus Bret Hart. Like that would be great matches right there. Like imagine that.
Chris Benoit versus Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah, that too. I forgot about that and everything like that. But this was match of the night. You can be in debate with Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero, but this is match of the night. Because you have the three of the best. Oh shit, my phone went out. Three of the best. It was a great match. Best match of the night. The ending of Chris Benoit winning the title, not Triple H, Shawn Michaels for the gazillionth time. They would just pass it like it's hot potato. Here, you have it. No, you have it. No, you have it. No, you have it. And everything like that. We already changed it back. We already changed it back in like 2002, 2003. It's just a hot potato.
That's all it was. It was Triple H and Shawn Michaels doing tug of war for months, and then Benoit double knockout wins the title.
Yeah, the Kirkless crossface. It was a good match. You got one of the best reaching music to Chris Benoit. You had a great match about close falls. You had close breakups and everything. All this type of shit. But this is a damn good match. Like, this is match tonight. This is my golden ring. This is my golden ring.
The brass ring.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yes.
I'm not calling the brass ring. It's the golden ring. It's basically the coolest match or the greatest match. So that's my award here. Because in nostalgia, you had the ending that made everyone cry when Eddie Guerrero came out with both their championships out. Like, it was just chills and crying and everything. Like,
I had to get tissue before we started this episode.
What?
I had to get tissue before we started this episode.
Yeah, I was crying too. But the thing about it is, like, I'm gonna take this. When Eddie Guerrero passed away, it messed up Chris Benoit.
It did. It
For
really
sure.
did. And I'm gonna get to that, and that's why I want to go last.
Yeah. All right, you go ahead.
No. I'll go then.
Okay.
Anyways, this match was a really good match to end off the show. Like, RP Chris Benoit, of course, and yeah, I pretty much enjoyed this. Like, it was a good way to close off the show. Wyatt, take it away.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. As Lucas said, Chris Benoit is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Y'all can tell me all you want. Chris Benoit is one of the greatest technical wrestlers, probably the greatest technical wrestler of all time. Chris Benoit was one of my first ever favorite wrestlers. I watched some of his matches, and like this guy guy knows how to damn perform in that ring. Chris Benoit, for that match, was holy shit. Like, there was blood everywhere, a bunch of craziness. And I know Benoit was trained by one of the greatest wrestling trainers of all time, Stu Hart. When you worked Stu would work the hell out of you. Stu Hart trained some of the most greatest Canadian wrestlers ever, like Lance Storm, Edge, Christian, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, so many more. Stu Hart trained the hell out of you if you were born at that time. If you got trained by Stu, he would work the hell out of you. And that's what he did with Chris Benoit. And that's who Chris Benoit was. Benoit has had some issues in his life. I'm going to spit this out no matter what. Benoit was a little bit of a drug addict. Benoit has had problems. Benoit never really saw happiness in himself. And I knew Eddie was his best friend, and they traveled everywhere on the road together. When Eddie had that heart attack in 2005, Benoit's mind was so messed up. And when I saw that documentary, I cried. I could not stop crying because what would it be like if I lost my best friend? Like, Benoit's wife, Vicky Guerrero, and so many others were trying their hardest to keep Benoit better. And that's why they could give Benoit a paper and a pen so Benoit could write to Eddie how much he misses him. And Benoit was so deep thought. And do you think Eddie, I'm sure Eddie didn't want him to feel this way because I'm sure Eddie would want him to celebrate of the great life that he lived. Eddie probably didn't want him feeling this way. But, I know it's just I knew it really fucked him up. And I knew something was really gonna get into him. And ever since the whole incident happened, that proved Benoit was really on drugs and steroids. So that ended him murdering his family. So that there, and since he's one of my all-time favorite wrestlers and he's put on some damn good matches, do I really think he should be in the Hall of Fame? No, because I find that guy as a murderer. But that's why Snuka had to get took out of the Hall of Fame because of these issues. But I love Chris Benoit's always had a damn good theme song. He's always going to be one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, but taking him out of WWE was understandable reasons. But I understand, and I'm gonna understand this. I know his oldest son, thinks he should, but I really don't think he should. But because it's just for the best, and I understand he's blacklisted from WWE. But I'm gonna tell you, I know, but thankfully, that was a main event to definitely watch that night. I know I have a hard time spitting this out, but I'm gonna tell you, I really miss Chris.
I do too.
I really do.
I miss him.
I understand. Yeah.
I'm trying not to cry because
very
that
much missed.
fight got me in emotions.
Mhm.
Hey man,
I'm gonna tell you, I think if Chris Benoit was still here, he would overcome this main roster.
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, I want to get this out there. I want to give, everyone that this
Go ahead,
is
Lucas.
as fans of wrestling and everything. This is emotional for us, so it's okay for us men to cry as well. So all y'all have a toxic masculinity. Fuck you guys. Like it's okay for us to have emotions. So why is emotions? It's understandable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Like we all cried. We all
All
cried.
you fans, yeah, I'm trying not to cry because I'm trying not to, but all you fans all cry nowadays. It's like, oh, I get to see my idol Sasha Banks.
Oh God.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, why can't I feel emotional about this? Like, these wrestlers are my fucking childhood.
Like, don't we all felt emotional when we unfortunately lost Brody Lee?
Yes.
Yeah.
That all happened. Like, I cried too.
Yeah, when Undertaker retired and done this,
Back to Survivor Series.
Did I
Ultimate Warrior?
Did I like, look at this? Did I feel emotional when John Cena was slowing down for wrestling? I did. Did I feel emotional when Rey Mysterio when Edge returned? I did. Did I feel emotional when Rey Mysterio signed a new contract? I did. Did I feel emotional when Undertaker retired? I did. Did I feel emotional when I got to see Christian on Raw again? I did. Did I feel emotional when I got to see Big Show and Randy on the main event on Monday Night Raw and bring me back childhood memories? I did. Like, did I get emotional when I get to see my childhood favorites still on TV? I did. Did I get emotional when the Hardy Boys came back at WrestleMania? I did.
Yes.
It goes on and on.
Yeah. Like I said before, did we all get emotional when the Ultimate Warrior passed away? Yes. Did we all get emotional when Roddy Piper passed away? Yes, because they mean something to us as wrestling fans.
Exactly. So it's okay for us men to cry. Like we are just human emotion. This is just human emotions. Like I want to keep it real with you guys. Like you don't have to be all strong and happy because we all have a breaking point. That's what we all have. I just wanted to get my real, not my Raymond gimmick out there. I wanted to get some real shit in there. So This is just me getting some real shit and defending Wyatt as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's...
Is that pretty much it? Is that it, Wyatt? Anyways.
That's all I have to say. Like, did I get also emotional that Dean Ambrose left WWE? I kind of did.
Yeah. Anyways.
Rankings.
Can we get to the rankings now?
Yes.
I'm going to give my ranking out of nowhere. 10 out of 10. Damn good WrestleMania.
Yeah. Alright, Josh.
10 out of 10.
Lucas.
Oh, this is tough. Like, this is kind of analytical, different point of view, everything like that. This is tough. I wanted to get 9.5. I'm sure a 10 will be good too. This is tough. I'm going to give it a 10. I'm giving it a 10 right now. Because if you really think about it, all these matches were half bad, and we had 2 matches that was match year contenders. Like, nobody has a pay-per-view now. This is why quality matches are better with Ruthless Aggression that year were better than the current era. This proves it. This proves right here. To all you youngies, you can say what you want. But that's old Ruthless Aggression till the late 2000s, early 2000s fans. We know what quality is.
Damn right. I'm a damn wrestling fan.
We are wrestling fans and we are proud of it.
Yeah,
exactly.
This is what I'm gonna tell you all. Y'all can fuss at me all you want. Y'all can say, "Oh, it's time for all this new talent and shit." No, old era greater than new era.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Sir, in the Young Buck shirt.
I have to agree. A lot of the stuff I started watching wrestling around the Ruthless Aggression era. Kind of like 2000. I wouldn't say the Ruthless Aggression was like 2008 and 2009 because that was the kind of the year I started watching it. But if you guys are starting to watch wrestling now, you guys do not know what shit was good back then. So, if you have the network, I recommend you guys do some homework.
That's what I do.
Watch some of the old stuff.
That's what I do. I go back to the old stuff.
Yeah, and it's great to look back at some
I've
of the
been
stuff
watching
that
for about almost 5 years now.
Yeah. And it's always great, guys. For those of you watching this podcast, it's always great to look back at the old stuff because you never know.
I hardly know some of the old people back then. Because I've been watching for 5 years. Yeah, anyways. My ranking is 10 out of 10. Outros time. Thank you for watching this episode of the Crash Burn Wrestling Podcast where we talked about WrestleMania 20. And this episode is our final one before we get to the Royal Rumble predictions of this year, which means we will get back to the current pay-per-view predictions and recap grind. Jeez, we haven't done those for a while. Right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be good to get back to that. And then, at that, it kicks off the road to WrestleMania 37.
Yep.
And then, for some reason, I'm still feeling the Mania season grind despite the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Anyways, subscribe to this podcast and also the Moshcast. Links down below. And for the Moshcast, you can catch me and Josh and occasionally Lucas on there.
Sometimes. We'll see how I...
Yep, rocking out to some music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, subscribe to both podcasts. Thanks for the support on both shows. And that's my outro. Josh, you're next.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching the fastest rising podcast in professional wrestling, the one and only Crash and Burn Wrestling Podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. As you guys enjoy our episodes every single Friday and Saturday, comment down below If you guys watched this WrestleMania, tell us your favorite match and your favorite moments from the show. We'd like to hear your thoughts and reactions, as well as us sharing ours on this episode. Also, if you guys are into some loud music, if you're into some heavy metal or music in general, please head on over and subscribe to the loudest podcast in music, the one and only Moshcast, where you can catch myself, Jason, and occasionally Lucas, and a bunch of our other friends from this podcast as well. So stay tuned for that. You guys can follow all of these amazing people on their social media.
And shout out to Metalhead Max. He's not on here, but you can catch him there on the Moshcast.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Max from the Moshcast.
You can
Catch
follow
him
him
on there.
Josh, do you want to plug his Instagram?
Yes, his Instagram is Metal Rock Reviews. So comment down. It's gonna be in the description. Be sure to follow everybody. Subscribe. Check out the links. There's some good stuff in the description. And that's my outro. This is the Assassin saying thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
All right, Lucas.
All right, I was a little bit crazy today. I know I was still a bit goofy and I bullied Josh today, but that's what we do at the podcast. We bully people. That's what we do. They bully me, I bully them.
No. We're gonna get taken down by YouTube. No.
Don't.
Wait, what?
It's probably not the best thing to say, but it's whatever.
What?
We just let the fuck around, guys. So this is what we do.
Yeah.
We let the fuck
There
around.
you go.
There you go. You put it that way.
Yeah, we let the fuck around. We just let the not really bully each other, just make jokes with each other and everything. So don't take our jokes seriously. We want to get out there. Don't take it seriously. Also, I want to give it to the nurse. And like again, shout out to Antwan and giving some prayers and everything like that. Everything like that. Also, follow me on Instagram, Lucas_Rainmaker, or so my Snapchat as well. Same thing as my Instagram. You can keep me up in there, see what I'm up to. Occasionally, we'll talk about wrestling in my wrestling story. I have many stories now, and I'll separate my stories from a bunch of things. But yeah, this is my outro, and I will see y'all later for Friday for Royal Rumble predictions. And see me get some wild guesses. Hopefully, I get them right. Yeah.
Yes, I cannot wait for that episode. It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be a stacked lineup.
Wyatt, end it off. Wyatt.
Okay. Yes, thank you very much for this long-ass episode of the Crash Pro Wrestling Podcast. Definitely go follow everybody on your socials. You can watch this pay-per-view only on the WWE Network, and stay tuned for next week's episodes as we review the Royal Rumble, which is going to be taking place tomorrow.
No, predict the Royal Rumble.
Yes,
2021.
we're going to be predicting the Royal Rumble, which will be a week from tomorrow, and our next fantasy booking episode. So we'll stay tuned for that. And also, keep crashing and burning it, everyone, and everyone just definitely stay safe out there in this world. That's all I'm gonna end it off. But everyone just rock on.
Yes, rock on, keep moshing, and keep crashing and burning. See
Yes,
you
sir.
at the Royal Rumble predictions, our first predictions episode of 2021. It's gonna be good to get back to that.
Bye.
See you then.
See you in hell.
Bye bye. See you then.
Crash and burn!